Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're playing Potato Ninja. What a perfect cut. So I'm quite the experienced ninja when it comes to chopping up the sweet potato, but that's not what we're actually doing. What we're gonna be doing is going through one of the #1 carb sources that you should definitely be incorporating in your daily diet. And if you have not guessed yet, it's gonna be the potato, but more specifically, the sweet potato. Now, this is my personal favorite carbohydrate source for a whole different number of reasons, and I'm gonna go into those in just a little bit. But what you need to understand first and foremost is the idea of macronutrients and micronutrients. Now, later on in the video, I'm gonna show you 3 perfect methods that you can incorporate to cook up the sweet potato. But first, let's tackle micros and macros. Macronutrients are going to be carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. And these 3 macronutrients all possess a caloric content. So when you eat something like a potato or chicken breast, you're getting in specific macronutrients and they're providing you with a caloric content. Micronutrients are the very, very small and minute nutrients that are found within the foods, and they actually make the foods we eat healthy. And the reason why I love sweet potatoes is the nutritional backing that they pack alongside the carbohydrates. So if you were to have something, say a candy bar or some Skittles or just sugar in general, the reason why sweet potato is better than all those things is because not only are you getting the calories, you're getting the macronutrients, you're also getting a good nutritional backing from a micronutrient perspective. So you're getting tons of vitamins and healthy minerals that are gonna help you fuel your workouts and be the best possible person you could be. So right now, guys, we're gonna dive into the ways that you can actually cook this up to make it taste as good as humanly possible. So there's gonna be 3 ways. We're gonna tackle the microwave, the oven, and on the stovetop, steaming it essentially. All 3 ways have different pros and cons, and the first one we're gonna start with is the oven, baking it up. Now, this one, in my personal opinion, is the best option to go with in terms of a taste perspective and a bulk cooking perspective. So what you're gonna wanna do is preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're gonna grab your sweet potato of choice. Now, there is multiple different sweet potatoes you could be going for, and my personal favorite is the Hawaiian sweet potato, which has a nice purple streak running along it. Very, very sweet and crispy on the outside. This, on the other hand, gets a little bit more soggy, the traditional golden sweet potato. Rinse it off with water. Then you're gonna dry it off with a paper towel. The reason you wanna dry it off is because if you don't, it's gonna steam from the inside and not get that crispy skin on the outside and that soft texture on the inside. So it's very imperative that you actually dry it off completely. Then from there, you're gonna put it into the oven for about an hour. So it is gonna vary significantly depending on how big your sweet potato is. If you got a big bad motherfucker sweet potato, then you're gonna wanna, check it every so often. Poke it. If it goes straight through, you're good to absolute go. Method number 2 is gonna be Chef Mike, the microwave. Now, this is the quickest method out there, but it is also kind of the worst from a taste, texture, and everything else in between. Baking, however, is the best from a taste perspective. The microwave is kind of like the worst kind of twin. Let's say the oven is like the good A-grade tip-top twin, and the microwave is the one that you're like, I'm drunk, I'll have a go. What a analogy. Wow. Anyway, what you're gonna do is wash it off again. This time you're gonna poke holes in it so it doesn't actually explode in the microwave and it cooks all the way through. Otherwise, you'd be cleaning up a ton of sweet potato out of your microwave. That's not fun for anybody. Now, instead of drying this one off, you're gonna leave it wet, as it is gonna help it cook. Put it on a plate or just chuck it in there, whatever you want. If you're an absolute animal, just throw it in there, mate, and get it done. And then you're gonna cook it up for 2 minutes per 100 grams. Now, again, your microwave might be a little bit different than mine, and as such, you're going to want to poke it again, make sure it's actually thoroughly cooked through. And if it's not, I'll tell you what, it's not rocket science. Put it back in the microwave. All right. That is method number 2. It's pretty bad for bulk cooking, but ultimately, if you're on a time crunch, it's very, very good. Last but not least, guys, is gonna be on the stovetop. So this is probably my personally least favorite option, but it is one you can go with if you like something a little bit more soft. If you wanna make some mashed potato up, it is very, very good. So what you're gonna do is fill up a pan and bring the water to a boil. Once you've brought it to a boil, what you're gonna do is you can either put the sweet potato in whole, which I wouldn't actually recommend, or you can dice it up. That is a much better option. It's gonna cook a lot nicer that way, and as such, you're not gonna be eating just a giant soggy sweet potato. Now, you might also wanna peel the skin back for this one, but otherwise, if you're baking it, cook it in the microwave, leave the skin on because it has a big bunch of nutrients that you'll definitely want to be consuming. So that is the 3 cooking methods that you should be incorporating. And ultimately, guys, I would strongly recommend adding the sweet potato into your diet because it is really, really good from a taste perspective, from a health perspective. And if you want to bulk cook, it is also pretty damn good. So I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. If you did, drop a like, comment down below anything you want to see from me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Arigato, Mr. Robato. Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be playing... Completely missed it. Great.